Chuck hurried through the darkened hospital corridors. He was alone. His flashlight beam danced across dusty equipment and peeling paint. Where was everyone? They had been separated in the chaos. A chilling draught sent shivers down his spine. The air grew heavy with the smell of decay. He was searching for information, a clue to the mystery of Sarah Bellows. Now he wished he had never heard her name. Chuck rounded a corner, his heart pounding. Each echoing footstep seemed to reverberate endlessly. He swore the hallway stretched, growing longer with every step he took. Panic welled in his chest, a cold fist squeezing the air from his lungs. The hospital, once a place of healing, now felt like a tomb. He was trapped, lost in a labyrinth of shadows and fear. A soft, mournful cry echoed from the end of the hall. It sent chills down Chuck's spine. He froze, his blood turning to ice. The cry came again, closer this time. It was a woman's voice, filled with a sorrow that seemed to seep into Chuck's bones. He slowly raised his flashlight, its beam trembling. At the far end of the corridor, a figure began to materialize. It was tall and gaunt, its form draped in what looked like a tattered white gown. Long, sharp fingers tipped its skeletal hands. The face, if you could call it that, was a blank canvas of white. No eyes, no nose, no mouth, just an empty expanse of pale skin. The Pale Lady, they called her. A spectre who haunted this hospital, a harbinger of pain and despair. Chuck stumbled back, his breath catching in his throat. He turned to run, his mind screaming at him to escape. But the hallway, once familiar, had twisted into a maze of dead ends and shifting corridors. He was caught in the Pale Lady's web, her laughter echoing around him, a chilling symphony of madness. He ran blindly, his heart pounding against his ribs. Every turn led to another dead end. Every corridor seemed to stretch on forever. The Pale Lady was toying with him, her presence a suffocating weight on his chest. He could feel her icy breath on his neck, smell the decay that clung to her spectral form. She was everywhere and nowhere, her mournful cries echoing all around him. Hope began to drain away, replaced by a bone-chilling certainty he was never going to escape. The Pale Lady glided towards him, her movements slow and deliberate. There was a cruel tenderness in the way she reached for him, her touch like ice against his skin. Her voice, when she spoke, was a whisper that seemed to slither into his mind. "Poor lost child," she crooned, her touch tightening around him. "Let me keep you safe." He struggled against her, but it was no use. She was too strong, her grip like iron. He felt a cold dread wash over him, a sense of utter despair. The Pale Lady's embrace tightened, her touch draining the warmth from his body. His vision blurred. As her coldness enveloped him, he thought he heard a faint, triumphant cry echo through the hospital. Then everything went silent. The Pale Lady vanished, the hospital returning to its normal state. But Chuck was gone, erased from existence, another victim claimed by the hospital's silent horror. Sarah Bellows' story was over. But Chuck's had only just begun, a never-ending nightmare in the Pale Lady's embrace.